everybody. It's Beckie Belote here from Newport News, Virginia. And for those of you that said I had nothing on my walls last week, I am starting to put stuff on my walls. And did you notice that I changed the pink to Creative Memories, greens and blues, as are my glasses. So don't expect that every week. It's just luck today. But anyways, I have some tips for you today. This is probably one of my favorite tools. Um, and I always sometimes forget to use it, but every time I use it, I'm like, why don't I use that more? So I wanted to show you this. If you don't have it, it's called the Decorative Trimmer. It does two different types of cuts. This is called the swell, and this is called the wavy cut. And today I'm going to do a skill with the wavy cut that I think you're going to really like. Could do it probably with the other one, but my measurements today are going to be with this one. So if you were at my pajama crop this weekend, or if you tried to zoom in for the demo, I apologize. Well, to my people in person, you got to see it. But even if you were there in person and you already saw this, you might want to watch it again today because I gave some measurements today. And I know that sometimes makes you crazy when I don't give measurements. Well, it's kind of a measurement and kind of not. All right, but it's a little bit more concrete than what I taught you at the pajama crop. And for those of you that couldn't see my demo because my internet was crazy, I am showing what I showed to my clients at my pajama crop. So don't be sad. All right. And also I didn't have to think of another unique idea today. So that's always good. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I wanted to remind you before I get started that yesterday started a promotion with our company. It started on Monday at 1, and it's while supplies last. So if you see anything that you like here, all you need to do is spend $65 and you get to pick one of two collections that everybody can use this summer. One of them is a barbecue one. So great for cookouts, tailgate parties, barbecues, which I think is like a cookout too. Let's see. There's even some reds and blues in there, so it's going to look really good with your US of Yay line, which, by the way, is getting ready to go away. It's on last chance. We haven't even had 4th of July yet. So if you've been putting it off, waiting for 4th of July, I recommend that you buy it today. All right. So anyways, 4th, US of Yay, beautiful. That's going to look great with the barbecue. Then we have another one called Cabin Time. That's going to be great for those of you that like to camp, the outdoors life, the hikers, the fishing and hunting and that kind of look. Okay, so two great looks. If you spend 130, you can get them both. If you're like, I wish I could get more barbecue. If you spend 130, you can get 2 barbecue. This is while supplies last, so you have your picks right now. All right. So I wanted to remind you about that. Another thing I want to remind you about, 2 punches. I think I said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. We have the fireworks. Ooh, this is backwards. Fireworks and the paw print. And those sold out very quickly. And a lot of people think the company's reordering them. And so you can get one when they reorder, when they come back in. And that is not the case. We are not stocking these on our shelves. But since they sold out so quickly, they were going to do one more run for the people that missed out. You wanted to order, they sold out, and you were willing to pay for it right now for them to order more. Okay. So when they come in, when you place an order, it will be dropped into your box for you. Make sense? They're saying August, September. One of them is August, one of them September. I can't remember which. All right. So anyways, wanted to give you a reminder about that you can pre-order them for just a couple of more days. In fact, depending on when you're watching this, you may not have time to watch it at all. Order them at all. It's June 30th. It might be the end of the day. It might be 1 o'clock. I didn't pay that close attention. June 30th. That's your deadline. Okay. So hopefully you're watching this now on Tip Tuesday. But if you're not, possibly you can still get one. Sometimes advisors get a few extras. So reach out to your advisors in case they which is a great reason to have an advisor, right? Okay, so now I'm going to get started and show you this really cool tip. So let me change my screen a little bit. Oh, Didn't mean to do that. All right. There we go. All righty, that didn't work either. Yeah, it did. All right. So, what you're going to do is grab a piece of paper. This came from the line called Sweet Summer. Super pretty line. All right. Make sure you like both sides together because they're going to be very prominently shown together. This is really pretty. Then what I want you to do, if it's some kind of pattern and you care which way it goes, you might want to decide that first. Here's my clouds. On this one, I have some clouds. And so I'm going to go ahead and I don't think it matters because of what I'm getting ready to do with this, but if it's something that matters to you, you might want to look at the pattern. Go ahead and cut your paper in half at the 6 inch. All right, so we're cutting it exactly in half. All right, this next step is very important. All right. In fact, if you're not doing it now, you better write this down. Type it into your little cell phone, onto your little tablet. All right. After you cut it in half, you're going to fold like sides together. All right. Like sides together. So you should see the same thing on both sides when you flip it. Very, very important. All right. Next, what we're going to do, I'm going to make sure that this trimmer is situated properly. I can tell it's situated properly if this little guy opens at the top left. Okay. If you're left-handed, you may need to try this a different direction. All right. All right. So next thing I'm going to do is I am going to slide this under at an angle. All right. Now, one thing I want you to make sure you're aware of on these trimmers, this is your cut space in here, right? But our cut lines extend over. That is one of the really nice, unique features of this. If it only ended here, then we are at the mercy of how long your paper is. You can't go longer, you can't angle. But because it extends, our angles are cuttable. So we're going to put it in at an angle, which is going to give this the beautiful look that we're getting ready to get. And so that you all don't freak because I'm not giving you a measurement, I'm going to tell you that you're going to angle it and then just go ahead and point. This isn't going to help really, because you could really point this anywhere. All right. Well, anyways, but I'm just kind of leveled my point here. And the idea is you want to make sure that number one, we've got an angle of some sort. See, and I'm gonna just show you. It could be here. Actually, it couldn't be there. What I want to make sure you do is that when you cut, and it's going to cut right here, that you have paper down here. All right, make sure there's a little bit of paper. It's going to be prettier. All right, so I wouldn't want to put it like this because then it runs out of room. You know what? It doesn't matter. It would work there too. It would be pretty. It would be pretty. I take it back. All right, so pick a dot along here. Pick a dot along the side. Any dot will do. You can do it really dramatic. You can see what's being cut away or not. All right. So here I go. I'm just going to cut. Now, before I cut, I'm going to lift this up. You have to push down to make this cut. I'm going to lift up so it's on the paper. Instead of trying to rip through these fragile pieces of paper up here, I'm going to go this way. That's way it avoids tearing. This trimmer actually does even cut best with, and I can see it's not quite enough there. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tear it. Not, you can use your scissors, but yeah, that didn't go well. I'm still gonna tear it. All right, so then what we're gonna do is be very careful with this piece. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide it in and we're gonna do some cuts. All right. So when you slide it in, you want to make sure your paper is still following the curve and that you pick a hump. This trimmer has little lines all up and down it, and I don't care what hump you pick. All right. So I'm going to go to this line right here. All right. And there's no rhyme or reason to why I picked that line. What's important is that once you pick your line, that every one of these humps is on it. All right. So this piece of paper should look the same width all the way down. And if not, you're probably not quite on the line like it wasn't on that one. All right. Again, I'm going to start in the middle and go either direction. All right. Pull that aside. And then we're going to do it again. And you can go to that exact same hump if you want to, or you can pick a different width. This time I'm going to do a different width because it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go up another line. Make sure every one of those humps is on that line. All right. And then we're going to do it again. Then you need a piece of paper that you're going to build this on. You're going to use all these pieces, all right? All right. And put these here for a second. I went ahead and picked up, this is called Purple Ice. It's a relatively new cardstock in our line. You may want to get a pack of that if you don't have it. Super pretty. All right, and I'm going to grab my adhesive and I'm going to stick one of these on each side. You know what? I think I'm going to put the green down because my clouds are going the proper direction. For those of you that wouldn't like us, I know that there's those out there that said, she put the clouds away. You're going to say that I messed up. All right, so I messed up enough on my own. All right, so there's that. All right, and then you're going to find whichever one fits perfectly. Don't force it. It should fit perfectly. You see how this goes over the edge? That tells me this doesn't go here. This might not go on either one of these, but it does go on this one. All right, it's going to go on one of the four. If it doesn't fit absolutely perfect, and it's not your match. So it should level up on the edges everywhere. All right, so that means the other thick one is going to go over here. You notice how that upside down it didn't fit, but this way it will. All right, then with the other two, you can do one of two things. You can go with the same theme, the lighter color up with the contrasting this guy. Or you can go crazy and do it like this with the lighter color up. And see, that one doesn't fit perfectly there. So it must be this one. All right, I think I'm going to do that. But you have choices. This is where that little torn edge was. I'm just going to pull that off. There's so much going on here. I knew that it wasn't going to be visible. All right, and then we've got one more. And there we have it. So this is made with Sweet Summer. If you like this look, go grab it. Now, Sweet Summer has really super pretty embellishments. This has got some little shells on it, like you could put a little photo in there. Or a journal box would be really pretty in here. We've got mats, we've got stickers. Mat. We have stickers. Just a really pretty collection. So if you haven't dove into this one yet, dive into Sweet Summer. It's super pretty. All right. So this, of course, is used a lot, but I love it. All right. So now I'm going to show you some other layouts that I have completed with this. So give me a second to restructure. I'll finish this one and then post it later. All right. So we've got this one. Super pretty. Oh, before I put all my embellishments on it, I'm going to show you. It looks good like this, like this, like this. And why is it important for you to know that? Is because then you can get a zillion different looks out of one, I call it a formula, one formula. All right. And nobody will ever know. All right. So this one I made. And I think it was intended to go like this, same as the other. right? And I use the fireworks punch that you can only get by pre-ordering at this point. You might want to reach out to your advisor. She may have one. I know I don't have any more in stock. So that pajama crop. But anyways, this is a great one. You can pre-order it and you can get it if you do it by the 20th, 24.50. All right. And then what I did for these little leaves, if you like those little leaves, in your totally tonal packs, I believe, there were two long 12-inch sticker strips that had these little leaves on them. And what I did is I cut them two at a time. Let me see if I can open them up for you. I cut them so that there were two of them. I kind of flipped one over and kind of twist it to add those pretty little leaves there. So this is, if you're looking for this line, this is Totally Tonal Tangerine. And actually, these aren't Totally Tonal. These came with Vivid Melodies. It's a sticker pack called Vivid Melodies that had these on them, and they're multicolored. They're beautiful. So if you don't have those, that's a good one to add to your collection. All right, super pretty. And then of course gemstones I added to give you the illusion that these fireworks were indeed flowers. All right. This one I did like this. All right. And the same layout, of course, just kind of upside down. I used fireworks for fireworks. This is called the flag banner. You've been hearing me talk about it because I think we're getting ready to get rid of those. It looks like they're getting ready to sell out. They are bundled today with a beautiful American flag album cover. Brand new album cover. It's got some cardstock. It's valued at $66 for the bundle, the album cover, 10 pieces of cardstock, and this beautiful flag banner punch. The reason I'm pointing that out is because, again, this does borders, but I cut it to top these two mats. But these little stars pop out when you do that. So these little stars that you're seeing around, those were from the holes from this guy. Okay. Sticking down really tiny things like that, if you don't have the precision point adhesive, that's another one that I would recommend. You know, you just kind of put a dot and take your little star and pop it on there. So it's a no fuss type, a really fast way to adhese tiny things. All right. This one, don't get mad at me. If you don't have this one, you may not be able to do it. This was Baked with Love, and the company just recently sold out of that. So don't be mad at your advisor. It was an advisor exclusive. So this is Baked with Love. If you have it, great. Reach out to your advisor. She may still have some hanging around. And that's what I did this one with. It's great for baking and stuff like that. Christmas time, holidays. All right. Let's see, this one I brought out, you've seen it before, only to again show you that banner flag and to show you fireworks. Remember, if I cut that in yellow and put a yellow one here, it would be a sunshine, right? I'm also reminding you that this is US of Yay, which is just moved to Last Chance. If you want US of Yay, do not wait until they're gone. This one you've seen before. This is Enchanted Princess. I'm showing you another bouquet of pretty flowers here. All right. Next, I'm going to show you two really cool versatile punches. This first one is Monstera Leaf. Going to go great making really pretty borders for this summer when you're outdoors. So you line up your border punches with the line right here, and then you follow the pattern down. So we have these little patterns that stick out. What you want to do is line it up. Mine is getting stuck. Okay, let me get it back in there. All right, where does it go? Right there. So you should see no blue. If you see blue, it's not lined up. And then you can just slide it right down. It's really hard for me to do this upside down. So this is Monstera. So for this next page idea, I saw this on the virtual page. Some really smart girl did this, and it was so long ago. I meant to try it and I forgot. I can't remember who did it. But this is just, when we came out with the fireworks, I just saw flowers in this, and I just love flowers. I can put flowers in almost anything. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that idea that girl did. So anyways, this is not something I came up with, and I wish I could give the girl credit because it was very clever. All right, so if I were you, I would go ahead. This is a thin white piece of paper. It came out of our collection. So in all of our collections, we have this sheet that shows what's in the collection. It's usable. It's safe paper. All right. And it's thin paper, which is what I like about it if I'm going to use it with one of these two tools doubled up. So I'm just going to fold it. You could score it if you want to, but I'm not trying to save this piece of paper. So all I want is to do two borders at a time. So I'm going to do the same thing that we just did. I'm going to go ahead and line it up to the edge there. If your paper's too short, do your first punch underneath. Mine's not too short here. I could do it, but I'm going to show you that if it is too short so that you can see where this edge comes out, just turn it upside down, fill the hole, and then do your first punch there. And then you'll have a pattern. So then it's just the first punch that you have to worry about. And then you just cover up that track. So this is the same type of punch as this one was. I'm just doing two at a time by folding my piece of paper. And it's a thin piece of paper, so it works nicely. So those pieces of paper that are in your packets, they are nice and thin, so they're perfect for doing this. All right. I also moved my trash can, so I'm making less mess in my office. All right, so what you'll discover when you have these two fences is they look really cool together, like that jagged post bottom. I'm going to put that in the middle and put this jagged post bottom on top of it to distract from the fact that it's a jagged post bottom. And it makes a really pretty trellis, doesn't it? And then these, what I would do is grab your scissors. Either pair really would work. Typically, when I'm working with smaller things, I like to use my precision point scissors and just kind of do leaves like this, kind of up your trellis. It's been so long, I don't really remember if the girl used this one or the leafy vine, but you can use whichever one you want on this. And I apologize if you're watching and this is your idea, because wow, I love it. It's really nice. All right, and then of course you would use this to do your pretty flowers and what other colors that you want. I have a piece of pink here. I'm going to do some pink. All right, and then you could add gemstones. If you save these, like don't y'all save these when you have leftovers? I like to store them in my little 5x7 photo storage boxes. Isn't that funny? I put everything in these but photos. And usually I have whatever color that I need, like the white or the pink would look good here. All right. And then you just kind of throw those on your flowers. Whoopsies. Or you could do different colors if you want to. Is that super cool? All right, so let me show you a completed page with this. Move these out of the way. Move this out of the way. Got everything in the way. All right. So here's a completed one where I used, it looks like this is probably Sweet Summer, a piece of paper from Sweet Summer, and I used a little orange on top of my flowers. I cut an extra Monstera to coordinate my mat over here. So this is totally tonal purple ice. I think totally tonal purple ice, or actually it may be Sweet Summer. Let me take that back. It's Sweet Summer. It's Sweet Summer again. Beautiful line. All right, and then just for the fun of it, you just saw these, I think, last week. If you missed it, this is a reminder. This is furry friend fur baby dog. This is fur baby cat, and they are selling out. Actually, I'm showing it for the paw print. The paw print again is one of those that if you don't order it by the end, we always have our pets, right? So summer comes and goes, but pets live on. And you probably, if you have a pet, you should have the paw print. All right. Or if you work for the SPCA or you love animals, camping and stuff. So go ahead and grab that one. All right. So that's all I got today, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you for supporting me and supporting our fellow advisors. If you have an advisor, don't forget, this is the time to click on their link in order to get your free either cabin time or barbecue paper pack and stickers for free with a $65 or $130 order. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye. Actually, you can get up to 4, so you can go crazy and spend 260 and get 2 of each. All right. Just saying. Okay. Thanks so much.